I am again. Did everybody enjoy your meals? Glad to hear that. They're going to leave. I don't know if there's a lot left on there, and I'm glad about that because we don't like to waste anything, so we hit it just about perfect. But they're going to leave what is there out until we're completed with our event. So if there's still some food left, and if some of the kids want to stay around and help us dust it off, then all the better. We still got cake. I guarantee you, I do not want to take any cake home. Don't need it. I'm still working on Thanksgiving and Christmas, so please help us out there. So once we're done, then please still feel free to stay around and eat more if you wish. Okay. So next in our program, as promised, we're going to be hearing a little bit from our scholars, from our honorees. There's one thing that I forgot to mention. I said that there is a special category of honoree that we have each year. Just as the national and the region does, there's 3 levels of scholar. There is a first team scholar, there is a second team scholar, and then there is honorable mention scholar. So we've created something different here in Nebraska, but we still stayed in line with the national and the regional guideline. And our honorable mention scholars are scholars that are doing really well with their grades, but we want to encourage them because academics comes tough. I know that it came tough to me. Okay, I didn't catch on until later on, until college. Okay, and sometimes that happens. But with the right encouragement, with the right focus, then kids understand and they start to get a little bit earlier than we may have as adults. So our honorable mention is a designation that is there to tell kids to keep on going, keep on pushing, because just like you'll see in your programs, there is a plus sign designation down in the legend at the bottom. We're always proud here in Great Plains Pop Warner when there are kids that maybe started in one category, honorable mention, or team or second team, and they've worked hard and worked their way into that first team category. So we're always gonna recognize forward progress just as much as we're going to recognize the progress that's already there. So for those people that are honorable mention, I want to speak to them especially and say, hey, keep working hard. We are proud of you guys and gals. Keep working hard because one day you're going to be there. Because if you put in the hard work, then you're going to be first team all around. Okay? So with that being said, we're going to, so the next section will be something about me from our youth honorees. Then we're going to go to a word from, word to our youth from Mr. Glenn Mitchell from our board and our special guest. And then we're going to present awards, and then we'll have any closing comments. So hopefully, my honorees, hopefully you're ready, because I'm going to call you in order as you're on the program here, and I just want to hear a few words from you. As I said, you can go from your list. Let me find the list. I want you to give your name, your age, the school and grade that you are in. I want those things at the very least. Okay, start off with those things. With the Super Bowl coming up, I'm interested in who you guys think is going to win. I know who is going to win myself already, but I want to know who you think is going to win. I hope you agree with me, so I don't have to ignore your pick. But, then your favorite Pop Warner memory. What you plan on doing when you grow up, all right? When you get older, what do you plan on doing? Because setting that plan is obviously you got to set the goal to reach the goal. And then any words or messages to coaches, family, and friends, all right? So we are going to start with Mr. Gary Denton, and you can stand. Now, you'll have to speak loud. I won't have you come to the microphone. Yeah, my cord can't reach you. Just speak loud enough for everybody to hear you right there.
I'm Garrett. I'm 10. I go to Nighthart Elementary. I'm in 5th grade. And my favorite NFL team is the Broncos. I think the Seahawks are going to win.
All
My
right.
favorite pop water memory is Husker game day. And I plan on being an architect when I get older. And I just want to say thank you for being with me. Woo!
Right, thank you. Very good. Thank you, Gary. Next, Colin Morris. You can stand. Be loud for us.
Hi, my name is Paul Morris. I'm 11. I go to Everett Elementary School, and I'm a student. My favorite football team is the Seattle Seahawks, and I think they will win the Super Bowl. My favorite memory is when my photographer being chased by the opposing team to the side, and he checked his team about the other to the fire winning the game. But he bounced off the comment and to the side where another one of my teammates was leading a rough get to get to it. Ball scoring at the sound. I plan on being an engineer or an architect when I grow up. I would just like to thank my coaches and my dad for giving me my desire to go motivate me to do.
I'm going to ask for the advice of adults that are out there. Do you think I need to have them come up and bring the mic to them? Yeah? So everybody can hear them. Hold on one second. We'll make it work on the fly. All right, change of plans, fellas. So if I got to be up here and be embarrassed and not hide behind my podium, then you guys got to come join me, right? All right, next, Devin Gill, if you can come up and join me. Now, you'll note that Devin has an asterisk by his name. So that means that this is his second year being recognized. He was with us last year also. So come on up, Devin. Good job.
Hi, my name is Devin. I'm 12 years old and I go to RMR's middle school. My favorite NFL team is the Broncos, and I think the Patriots will win the Super Bowl. And I want to be a CEO of a company when I grow up. And I gotta say thank you.
We can get you up front for your bad Super Bowl. Okay, next to the mic, Marco Mancuso. Do you want me to hold it or do you want to hold it?
My name is Marco. I'm 12. I go to Banquet Elementary. I'm in 6th grade. Favorite NFL football team is the Chicago Bears. My pick for the Super Bowl is the Seahawks. My favorite popular memory is the tackling drills. I plan on being a professional baseball player when I get older. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Jonah Adams.
Go get him, John.
The first thing I want to say is that we all know that the Patriots will win. There's nothing that will stop that. My name's Sean Adams. I am a 6th grader, 12 years old. My favorite NFL team is the Chicago Bears, and I picked the Patriots because they're the best. My favorite popcorn memory was that when our coach had to tell us that I was a center, surprisingly. So we had to do this drill where if we could do this thing, do you remember? Because if we lost, whoever we lost, we had to go up the hill on Nathan Hill, and one of the person had to drag us. The first thing after he said that in my mind was that if I get a heart attack going up the hill or dragging someone up the hill, it's his fault. When I wanted to grow up, I was on Christmas break. started watching Grey's Anatomy. That was the only thing I could watch because everything else I already watched. And so after watching it, when I wanted to be older, I wanted to be a doctor. And for my family and friends and coaches, I want to say thank you because you guys helped me through this journey of life.
Very good. At first, I thought he had picked the right team. Next up, Demetrius Dorsey. Do you want me to hold it?
Hi, my name is Dimitri Dorsey. I'm 11 years old and I go to Springville Elementary. My favorite NFL team is the Broncos. When I'm older, I plan to be an engineer or something like that. And my pick for the Super Bowl is really like neither team, because I don't like any team, and neither of the teams. So, and then I just want to say thank you to my family and coaches.
So you could go into politics if you don't. Next up, Jaden. I hope I get this right. Gemma.
Hi, my name is Jaden Gimmock. I'm 12 years old and I'm currently attending Alice Magnet Middle School. I'm in grade 6. My favorite NFL team is the Packers, and who I want to win the Super Bowl is the Patriots, because I absolutely do not like the Seahawks. My favorite Pop Warner memory is when my quarterback had thrown the ball and it bounced off my player's helmet, and I caught it and got the first touchdown of the year. What I plan on being when I grow up is a physical therapist, and some words to my family, friends, and coaches is that thank you. Thank you.
I am going to go to this other side so we don't get that feedback. How about that? So here, halfway in between, I think that I forgot to point out the importance of getting these bright young men up here. It's not just to embarrass them or to make them sweat. It's like I mentioned, outside the hallway to a couple parents. The importance of it is that as you become leaders, as you step up, as you go up in grades, just like you're going to be hearing from somebody else today, Grant Martin, that exemplifies this, what I'm saying. But you always have to be prepared to speak. You may not know that somebody's going to call on you to speak, but you should always have a few things to say tucked in your back pocket, just always. So if somebody asks something of you, then you're prepared. We all stumble, even as adults. If somebody asks us a question or somebody puts us on the stage, sometimes we may not be ready for what's coming, but I guarantee you, each of you, just because I handed you the sheet of paper outside and you had some time to look at it, you guys are shining, because I'm real impressed with what I see so far. I know that you're bright. We see your grades. You're here. We know that you're bright, but being prepared. And that's the importance. That's why we're bringing you up, is because we want to hear from you. You're important to us, and just to show that it's always a good thing to be prepared, to have something to say. So with that being said, next up, Benjamin. Benjamin, you feeling okay?
Yeah.
All right, Benjamin got to us late. I want to recognize that he came here even though he wasn't feeling well. It was important enough for him to show up, Benjamin, and your family. We thank you for that. So go ahead.
Hi, my name is Ben. I'm 12 years old. I'm at Dundee Elementary. My favorite football team is the Miami Dolphins. I think the Seahawks are going to win the Super Bowl. My favorite Pop Warner memory was when our coaches made us practice in below 0 degree heat. I don't know what I'm going to do when I'm older, and I just want to thank my coaches and parents.
So I had a question. So they made you practice in 0-degree weather. Did you guys win that game?
No.
No? Okay. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But practice helps anyway. Next up, Jalen Simpson.
Hello, my name is Jalen Simpson. I'm 11 years old. I'm going to Fondell Elementary, 6th grade. My favorite football team is the Green Bay Packers. My Super Bowl pick is the Seattle Seahawks. My favorite Pop Warner memory is winning our first playoff game against the Sky Black. I plan on being a psychologist when I get older. And I just want to say thank you to my friends and family and coaches.
All right. Now, the next person to the mic is also someone special here to us that I want to make mention. And I know that a lot of times, we just say, well, don't recognize these things. Just kind of let them, go past. Just let it be what it is. But I'm really proud to be able to recognize our first young lady as a scholar recipient, and that is Abigail Russell. Come on up, Abigail.
Hello, my name is Abby Russell. I am 11 years old. I go to St. Pius X St. Leo. I am in 6th grade. The Packers is my favorite team. I think the Seahawks are going to win. And I would like to say thank you to my parents and my coaches for all the support.
And to Abigail, keep making those first. It's important. Be the first, all right? Next, Bryson Cash.
Hi, my name is Bryson Cash. I'm 12 years old. I go to Davis Middle School in 7th grade. My favorite football team is the 49ers. I think the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl because I hate the Seahawks. My favorite Pop Warner memory was this past year when we just won the state championship. I want to be a vet when I get older, and I'd like to say thank you to my friends and for my family and coaches for helping me through the football year.
Next up, Zachary DeRuyter. Okay, sorry about that, Zach.
My name is Zach DeRuyter. I'm 13 years old. I go to Roseville Middle School. I'm in 7th grade. My favorite NFL football team is the 49ers. I want the Patriots to win because I want the people to give them a trophy with a deflated football. And I want to join the Navy when I'm older, and I'd just like to thank everybody that's made Pop Warner and Nebraska possible.
I want to back up. I forgot one of our notations. Back at Jalen Simpson, I don't think that I mentioned that Jalen is a repeat scholar, and he also is the person that I was talking about that upped this game, that went from one level to a higher level. So I want to be sure to mention that. So next is Jaden McGarry, and Jaden also is here with us the second year.
My name is Jaden Gary. I like sports. I'm 12 years old. I go to King Science. I'm in the 7th grade. My favorite NFL football team is the Broncos, but I want the Patriots to win. My favorite Pop Warner memory was when I was the field goal holder, and I dropped the ball because I thought the kicker was going to kick my hand. And when I get older, I want to be an NFL football player. And I like to thank my mom for coming and supporting me at all my games.
All right, man, so when you're in the NFL, don't drop the ball. Hold the ball. All right, and next up is probably, you know, the most pressured guy in this room because he belongs to me. Christian Harris, come on up. Gotta apply pressure to your own kids, right?
Alright. Hello, I'm Christian Harris. You might know I'm his son. My speech is going to be a little different, but I'm going to give some of the same things. I'm 14 years old. I go to Central High School. Favorite team? I got a few. I'd say number one, I'd say like Chiefs. For who's going to win the Super Bowl, I know that's a very dangerous topic. So I can 100% say that the ones wearing the helmets will definitely win. But in school, I do a bunch of things. As far as sports, I do school sports mostly, wrestling, track, football. I'm also part of Central Student Council and their enrichment math competition club. And really, like my dad said before at the beginning, I'm here not because of the awards or the banquets or anything, but I'm here to show that and to exemplify that you can do both. You can be both an athlete and you can be both a scholar. And there are benefits that come from that as well. You'll get friends from both sports and academics. And with the more friends you have, the more support you'll have for doing things right. And also, if you do real well, you can get a scholarship from both. And free college is always great, especially to you parents. I'd like to say just thank you to everyone out here, friends, parents, and my teachers and my coaches. Just to summarize, I believe that it's good to do both sports and academics to increase your support from your friends and to increase your chances of getting scholarships and becoming successful in life. Thank you.
He could come home with me tonight. And he was smart. He didn't pick the wrong team. It's a controversy in our house. So. All right, so that is all of our scholars. I do want to mention, and you'll see them listed on your program, that we are only missing two young men tonight, Andrew Galligan and also Jackson Burks. So I do want to mention them. I'm not sure if they've got a coach or a representative from their teams here in the room, but if there is a representative, we do have an award for them, both a certificate and a plaque. So please see me if you're a representative from that team. Please see me so that we can try to get them their awards after the event is over, please. So with that, moving forward in our program, we've heard from me way probably too much already. I'm sure you guys are like, well, this guy sit down. But I will shortly. The next person to the microphone is going to be one of our fellow board members and a school administrator from OPS. And actually where I met Glenn at is when we first came into football. It was before we even switched to Trailblazers. We were the Gladiators, and we weren't part of Pop Warner. But Glenn talked to me. It's probably maybe even 5 years back, 4 or 5 years back, something like that. And he extolled the virtues of Pop Warner, that the weight classes and that they have a scholars program and that they just really run a top-notch program here in Nebraska. He talked about those virtues, and he convinced our team to switch over and become part of Pop Warner, which the Trailblazers already had been part of that. So I'm here because Glenn brought me here, and I think that you could make the argument that the program that we're involved in today is happening because of Glenn's efforts and just the connectivity between people. So with no further ado, Glenn, if you come take the mic and say a few words to the kids.
Thank you, Keith, for the kind words. It's appreciated. I did not get into youth football for the accolades or for the kids. It was about the development of the young people and to give them hope, and by giving them great mentors, as my father and his peers did for me and my brother growing up. I stand before you not a professional athlete. You know, as Mr. Harris alluded, I'm an educator, proud educator at that. As we gather today to celebrate your scholastic accomplishments, young people, I want to challenge you to continue to place a priority on your academics. In today's society, social media, it's all about the athlete, good or bad, but for it's your academic prowess that will open the most doors for you. As an educator, excuse me, I'll never stop stressing to young people the importance of an education. An education is something that can't be deprived from you, ever. As a former teacher, I pride myself on attending my students' athletic events, not just football. If a young person in my classroom came to me and said, "Hey, Mr. Mitchell, I've got a game, would you mind going to it?" Without even looking at my schedule or checking with my wife to see if we had anything going on, I was like, absolutely, I'm there. Not only was it my way of showing them my human side, I wasn't just this strict teacher that taught curriculum and the standards, etc., but it was showing them that I cared, and that was that social currency that you can use as a good educator, a good teacher, in terms of building relationships, because that's what it's about as a teacher, in my opinion. I cared beyond, like I said, what I expected of them in the classroom. But I challenge you to go beyond with your academics. The same challenges and adversities that you face on the football field, I'm sure you also had in the classroom. Whether you got a C on that language arts class, or it was a B that you got on your intro to algebra, or whatever the case may be that you struggled with, the same focus and intensity that you put on the football field, I challenge you today to do that same thing in your classroom. You're going to find at times that your classes are going to be difficult. It's not going to always be easy. If your parents can't help you with your assignment, take the onus upon yourself to find a resource, a teacher at school, a counselor, someone that can connect you with what you need so that you can be successful. It's very important that you become assertive. Being aggressive on the football field, on the wrestling, whatever arena that you're in, that's fine. But when you can be assertive for yourself and advocate for yourself, you're an MVP. I'm remiss by not telling you all today that no matter what team won the division, whatever team won the championship, in my opinion, you all are the true champions here today because of what you put forth being a student athlete. And that means way more when you get older than what you did. Yes, the teammates, the camaraderie is great, but what you do in the classroom by far is what you'll be measured by as you get through the high school ranks. And some of you are pretty close to that. John Wooden, and parents, you'll have to help me out here. You young people may not know who John Wooden is. He is a former UCLA basketball coach, the winningest coach in college basketball. Yes, there's Coach K and all these other great coaches, but Coach Wooden has a few quotes that I'd like to use today that are fitting for the occasion. The first one is, don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. Don't set limitations for yourself. Be prideful about who you are and where you want to go as a young person. I also want to talk to you about your character. In the classroom, yes, I had students that were above and beyond students in the classroom, and I had students that struggled, students that are in the middle. But as a good teacher, you differentiate so that you can meet the needs of all your students without watering down what you want to teach. But the biggest thing that I prided myself on also was making sure those students understood about their character, doing what's right when no one's looking. It's easy to, hit a quarterback, hit a receiver, make a great hit, your teammates are jumping up for joy. But it takes more character for you to reach down and pick that guy up and say, hey, good job. Okay? It's very important that you develop that. Mr. Wooden also stated, be more concerned with your character than your reputation. Because your character is what you really are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are. It's easy to walk the hallways of school and you're the great receiver, the great running back. But you also have teammates that helped you get to where you were, where you are, what you're being recognized for. How great is it to be in an honors biology class or an honors class with students who support you night in, night out, every Friday, and you don't think that you're some god, but you support the fact that your school is sitting behind you, supporting you in your efforts as you represent the school. So young people, I'm not going to take much time. I know you have other things to do today. We have other speakers. But seize this moment right now. If you made it to this juncture in your young sports career, just think what you can do beyond today, beyond this year. If you didn't make it or you know somebody who didn't make it, challenge your teammates. If you go back to that team, challenge them. Hey, I received this award. It's not bragging. You're trying to promote scholarship. And if you do go on to play college football, you are fortunate to make it to the NFL. Most colleges have recruiters that are checking your character. Not about what you do on the football field. Yes, that helps you get a scholarship, get noticed to get a scholarship. But they want to know what you're like in that teacher's classroom. Are you one that sits in the front of the classroom, or do you sit in the back and you're laughing and joking? And you've got incident reports that are building up. That recruiter is going to come and ask you, what's this about? Why are you having difficulty in this classroom? Do you have difficulty working with adults? If you can't answer that correctly, young people, they'll politely say, thank you, but I don't think we're the university for you. Take that into consideration when you're in class, when you have classmates, not just teammates, but classmates, that don't quite make the right decision. Think about that. How do you want to be thought of by your teachers, who you will need to write you recommendation letters when it's your turn to either go into the workforce or go into college? Take advantage of that. Take care of your teachers. When your parents drop you off, they're trusting that teacher to take care of you. Not just academically, but socially. Are you okay? Is everything going okay? Can I help you? Don't ever forget that. I want to wish all of you a great successful rest of the school year. Work hard in the off season and get ready to do great things next football season as well. Obviously putting your academics first and foremost. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mitchell. Definitely some good information there. As Mr. Mitchell was talking, I was sitting in the back thinking, because one of the things that I was fortunate enough to be able to do as a police command is to hire on people. So kids, the relevance of what I'm saying is what Mr. Mitchell was getting at about taking care of your reputation, your character. Also recognize that never ends. It's an ongoing battle. And some of you in the room may be hiring on people, and you recognize that the first thing that we do in the hiring process is you go out to the web, you see what somebody's web imprint is. You know, you go to Facebook. I mean, even on the news, when somebody's in trouble, the first thing that they say is look at what's on their Facebook page. Look at, you know, how they are, what was their character before they got here. And jobs are doing that. Colleges are doing it, jobs are doing it, so it's a lifelong thing that occurs. So be sure to be of good reputation, be of good character. So that's a great message. Thank you. So next up to the microphone, because as you'll note, there's a little pattern or a little theme that we like our banquets to take. Okay? We hear from our honorees. We are hearing a little bit from the adults today, message to the honorees. And next to the microphone is a young man that we believe is closer to the kids, that's actually living some of the things that we are talking about as adults. Because, you know, kids a lot of times, they hear us talk to them all the time, and they tune us out sometimes because we're not as close to the struggle. Now, they don't realize that we went through the same struggle. The struggle never changes for grades, just the whole high school struggle, the whole school struggle. It never changes, but kids don't recognize that we know that. Sometimes it's really good for them to hear from somebody that is real close to them and that is going through the same things as they are active time. So today we are fortunate enough that we are going to hear from Grant Martin. Grant is a student up at North High School. Not just a student, but Grant comes from the two-time state championship football team, and he was an active member of that team. We're going to hear, or let the kids hear a few words from Grant. So Grant, if you come take the microphone, please.
All right, my name is Grant. Two things first. One, so I'm battling a cold, so might be some sniffling stuff. And two, I'm feeling like my dad right now, before he happens to be my head football coach. And not at the sports banquet. I'm just getting done with basketball practice. He sends me a text. It's my iPad at school. Went down to his office. No, he sends me back. Oh dear. What happened, Dad? He goes, I wrote my speech on my iPad, and I left it at home. Well, I might have wrote a speech down last night and left it at home. So, listen to the kids talk and listen to everyone. I pulled out my phone real quick, and I can remember most of the things I wrote down, but put some stuff down on my phone that I wanted to talk about, so I'm not up here actually on my phone. It's highlights of what I was actually going to talk about. As Keith said, I've had the opportunity to play football at the high school Class A level, biggest class in the state of Nebraska. Last 2 years we've won the state championship, played with many guys, and it's been fun. Year before, the 2 years we've won it, we're state runner-up. So 3 years in a row we've played down at Memorial Stadium. I'll tell you, it's a blast every time you're down there. Not having 90,000 people there, but having the few thousand we have, it's a really great atmosphere. I play wide receiver, outside linebacker. I was honorable mention on first team this year. Honorable mention last year for second team. My older brother, first team All-State when he was in high school. He's now over at our Western. As some of you know, their football program is doing really well. Runner-up last year. A lot of kids want to be that all-star, want to go out and be the one that everyone's talking about. And he was the backup to a quarterback. And national championship game comes down in Biloxi, Mississippi. I'm streaming it off our computer on Tura TV, and their quarterback is struggling. I think he has already 5 turnovers. Their defense is keeping them in the game, and coming out of halftime, my mom's in the kitchen doing something. I go, "Mom, you have to come in here. Zach's starting now." That's my brother. He comes in the second half and plays pretty much lights out. And kids, they just have to realize that you're not going to start every time, but when your time is called and you come out and prove that all that hard work you've been doing, maybe you're thinking, "Oh, coaches aren't being fair with me, aren't doing this, aren't doing that." I hear it all the time, even in high school. "Oh, this coach doesn't like me," and that. Well, the coaches are doing what they want. They're coaching. They see everything that they want. So you can't get down on yourself even if you're that second string player or anything. How's football helped me? Football is my passion. That's what I do. Anytime something's going wrong, I'm texting my brother, I'm texting the kids, seeing if they just want to go on the field, work out. Maybe football's not your favorite sport, maybe basketball is. But kids, they know that feeling of once you get on that field that you like, everything just kind of goes free. As many people know, Niles Paul, Phil Bates, a Seahawk, or a former Seahawk with a Super Bowl ring. Those are the people I surround myself with. My dad helps me because he's coached these kids, he's been their role models, but every summer I'm up working out with them, working out with the kids that my dad has coached that are now at K-State, Florida Atlantic, our family friends up at North Dakota State. If you want to be the best, you have to go out. You have to go out of your way to do the things that you want. I talk to Phil every time we go up there about how do you stay willing to want to keep on going on in football. He just moved down to the grounds a few months ago. Asked him, "Do you wish you were still at Seattle?" Could be going. He's never been active on the roster. He's been on the practice squad, and he tells me every time, he says, "No, I wouldn't. I know I have a better opportunity to go down to the grounds and possibly get on that active roster." And I mean, Niles is the one we all hear about. He's donated, I don't even know how much money to our football program, bought us all new uniform, all new jerseys, and then this year he comes back and buys us all new pants. If you look at us, looks like we're sponsored by Under Armour. So that's some of the best. I mean, we're wearing NFL jerseys at our high school, and not many people are going to say that happens to them. Like I mentioned, I won 2 state championships each time. I can't believe it. We last season 13-0. First time First time an OPS school in I don't know how many years has won back-to-back state championships, and it's been great being a part of that. Something I'll never forget. And coaches and everything, I can remember all of my coaches through my years of football. I can remember what they said to me, and each one has told me something different and has allowed me to up my game in that. So I feel weird talking to coaches since they're all older than me, but that's huge for me. Players and kids here, get a bond with your coach. I have a bigger bond because one's my dad, but all the other coaches, I mean, I can joke around with my coaches. It's like they're my cousins and my family because of the bond I've built with them and now what we have. School. Let's see, kids, how many of you go home at night and are like, should I do my homework or should I watch TV? How many of you are going to pick the TV right when you get home? Yep. I know it. I've been there. I've done that. But this is just from my dad. But my dad says, and I've never believed him. It took me a while, but I'm starting to realize it now. If you have a bad attitude in school, at school, doing things, you're going to have a bad attitude on the field. I've watched kids that I've seen them mess around in the hallway. Here they got kicked out of class, show up to practice, might be a little late, shoulders down, head down. And it wears on you when you want to be the best. So you have to keep your grades high. As both of Keith and Glenn mentioned, the recruiting. I'm starting now, and I'm only a junior. And every coach that has ever came in, talked to me, talked to our players, right when they're about to leave, my dad would pick someone, administrator, myself, or someone to walk up to a counselor's office and get our transcripts. And there is when the coaches will really decide if they want to invest their time and money on it. We've had kids go, like I said, Division I everywhere. Let's see, a kid on our team this year, full ride scholarship to Nebraska. Our running back, very good player, broke every record in the state of Nebraska, and our tight end, both going to South Dakota. Our receiver going up to South Dakota State. Defensive end going down to Northwest Missouri State. I mean, but when you look at their grades, most of them are succeeding in the classroom, especially the ones that want to go on and keep on playing football. So grades are a huge piece, not just, I mean, sports, everyone says they love sports, but if you don't have the grades, you're not going to get anywhere with sports because you're not going to have any more opportunities to go on. Diversity. Trust me, kids, you'll face diversity anywhere as old as you get. I guarantee parents are still facing diversity right now. I don't know, but I'm assuming. Because I mean, we face it in high school all the time. Like I've talked about, kids are like, oh, coaches don't like me and that. And it puts you in a bad mood. You need to just step up then. Step it up in practice. Tell yourself that you can do it even if you don't think anyone's watching. Niles Paul once told me when he was down in Nebraska, my dad was, I saw Niles had called him like twice. And I was like, Dad, your phone rang twice and Niles called. Something's going on down there is what he tells me. And so we go down there my dad's down there for a coaching clinic, and we get to take Niles out to eat and listen to him talk. I heard something he said. He said, when the coach stops saying your name, it's a bad thing. And I didn't really understand it because I was a little younger, but it's true. If a coach is getting on you and telling you, oh, keep on doing this, do this, and you think that, oh, they're just saying it to say it, they're investing their time in you. When they stop saying your name, it means they've possibly given up on you and they're letting you sit back because they don't want to invest their time in you. Academics, like I've said, it's huge. I I'm a three-sport athlete. I do football, basketball, and I run track. I've been on varsity football since a sophomore, varsity basketball since a sophomore. Track, I've been on it since a freshman. I've accomplished things and played with many people. And each time, freshman year, when I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, why do I have to go to this study table? I have a 3.5. Like, I don't need this, I'm telling myself. But we have kids in the room that have 2.0s or under. And I'm sitting here like, I'm going to finish my homework, but what am I going to do for the hour after that? And I started realizing myself that if I want our teams to be successful, I should go and help the kids that don't have the grades and aren't doing well in the classroom. So I would go out and try to help them with the stuff that I know, and it was just great. Where's my man that said he wants to play in the NFL at? The professional football player. Where is he? Right there? Go for it. No one's going to tell you to not do what you want to do, but you have to have a backup plan. I hear people saying, oh, they want to be an engineer, architect. That is perfect. You're thinking about something besides sports, because sports are only going to take you so far. I've started to figure out what I wanted to do now. I want to go in the automotive field. There's only one college I know of that offers automotive. So now I'm thinking, what am I going to do if I want to play college football? So I thought about it long and hard, and I'm going to go into business now once I graduate, go into business management. After I'm done with that, however long it's going to take me, I'm going to fall back on my automotive, and I'll have an opportunity that I can own my own shop. And if you surround yourself with the right people, the classes you take and everything, Friday at school, I take a class down at the Career Center, all types of different things. When you get into high school, if you go to an OPS high school, look at it. I'm telling you, they have everything. PA, zoology, photography, television broadcast, everything. And go there and see if that's what you want to honestly pursue it. And if not, it's better than going off to college and thinking, oh, I just paid $200 for a class and I don't even like it. But I'm sitting in there and Woodhouse Auto comes in to talk to us. I'm sitting here like, okay, this is sounding cool and everything. So after they're done, I walk up to one of the people that's there talking. I was like, is this just for seniors? He said, no. Kept on talking. He likes the fact that kids that do sports help them act so well, because sports make you work as a team. I mean, minus a few sports, everything is as a team. Wrestling, you work as a team to get as far as you can, and your players are going to make you better and everything. But they said, he hands me his business card and says, I want you to call me sometime so we can talk more about this. And I've reached out to him, contacted him and everything. And as a junior, I got another opportunity through talking to people at school, talking to my counselors about things that I'm going to Germany now at the beginning of the summer to go not study abroad. It's more of just to go over there. And he said, once you get back from Germany, I really want to be in contact with you. And I was like, it's hard because of my sports. And I'm telling myself sports is what I want to do and everything, but now this is me just hoping this is all going to happen. But they've talked to me about an internship, working with them as a junior, and they said you're just going to build more and more on it if this is what you want to do. And it realized it comes into play that I know sports will end. And sports will end for you sometime, for most of us in here. And if you have that plane to fall back on, you will be 10 times more successful. So, kids, I know all you in here love football, love making the catch off the helmet, scoring the first touchdown of the season. But you'll have to realize that sports will come to an end. But don't let it come to an end earlier than you want. I've played, I don't know how many sports, soccer, baseball, football, basketball, track. Those are about it. And each time I'm playing one, I'm thinking, wow, this is fun, this is fun. So don't just focus on one. Play all the sports you can. Meet as many people as you can. Because it will carry you through a lot of different things. I mean, I have best friends now from soccer teams, football teams, basketball teams, track. All sports I played, I have a best friend on now. People I can go and talk to. So, kids, football, it's my love too. It's probably a lot of your guys in here at a young age. But, and a lot of you when you're going to middle school, it's going to be a step. When you go into high school, you're going to look at many high schools. If you want to look at one, North Open Houses tonight. Feel free to stop down. But just keep that bond with the players you have, the coaches you have, and it will all work out for you in the long run if you support yourself with the right people in the right groups. Thank you.
Wow, so shoot, as an adult, I should have stopped talking earlier and let Grant get up here. Couldn't have said it better. Very good job, and thank you for your words, Grant. Kids, those are words to absolutely live by. Plan B, I always say it. I want you to bring thanks back to Mr. Haynes. I know him as Coach Haynes way back in technical high school days, so he's one of my early mentors. But I want you to bring thanks back to Mr. Haynes for sending you to us today. You did an excellent job. And Great Plains Pop Warner didn't want the day to go by without giving you a token of our appreciation. So there you are. Thank you. So
I don't know how many of you know Mr. Haynes or anything, but when a few kids were telling me about this and that they couldn't do it because they're on official visits and that, they said Mr. Haynes needs a seat, but they never said why. And if you go to North or anything, if Mr. Haynes wants to see you, you never know. You never know what that means. And I'm walking through the hallway and I hear, Brother Mark. Brother Mark. And I'm giving it like that. Oh dear, what's Mr. Haynes want from me? He goes, the DC Pop Warner and Keith has contacted me about getting some players up there to speak. And I was like, okay, at least I'm not in trouble, Mr. Haynes. When is it? And I can more than likely do it. And it was great that I could come out here and do it. And I'd just like to say thanks again.
So don't go too far. Don't go too far, because the next thing that we're going to be doing is I'd like to have all of the board members please come up, because now we are at awards time. All the talking is over, and it is time for our honorees to receive their awards for doing a great job throughout the year. So the way that this is going to take place is that, let's see, if I could have Lauren. Lauren, would you come up, please? Lauren has been our helper at the door and helping me with some other things. So if we could give her a round of applause. So as I call off the name, Lauren will bring the plaque. So if I could have the board come out to the front, Lauren will bring the plaque and certificate to the honoree. My honorees, if you could take your plaque and certificate and then shake hands with the board members. Don't go back to your seats. go over to the Great Plains Pop Warner banner and stand. We'll come over and we're going to position you in place, and then we're going to take some pictures, all right? This event is worthy enough to submit to the World Herald. We're going to be submitting it and hope that they will run a story on you guys and what excellent things you're doing in our community, okay? So with no further ado, Lauren, if you could bring up the award for Garrett Denton. That's this first one there. Garrett Denton, come on up. Just stand right here and he'll walk through. And then just stand right under the banner. Next honoree, Colin Morris. Next up, Devin Gill. Okay, and then I'm gonna reroute you guys as you come up. Be sure to start with Mr. Mitchell, then Ms. Russell, okay, and then that one. Can I get Marco Mancuso? Jonah Adams. Dimitri Dorsey. Benjamin Osbarger. Ooh, I think I skipped Jaden Dimmer. Jalen Simpson. Abby or Abigail Russell. Bryson Cash. Zachary DeRider. Jaden McGarry. And Christian Harris. Now, once again, I'll mention Andrew Galligan and Jackerson Burks, and I'll ask if there's a representative for those children after the banquet is over. Please collect their awards so that we can get those delivered. I am also at this time so that we can, so we'll take our picture at the end and sort of complete the program. We have a special category that we have started this year. And this is where I'm also going to make a request of you all as parents. We've grown a fold, not twofold, but we've grown a fold since last year. We've added more scholars into the program. I think last year we recognized somewhere between 7 and 9. This year we are recognizing 16 little scholars. So that once again is worthy. And as I said earlier, this year we've got more first team scholars than we had in previous years. And that's not just here in the state, but also with regional recognition, we've added additional, I think twofold as far as first team scholars recognized by the region. So these guys and gals have done an excellent job. But that's not because of the work that we do in Great Plains Pop Warner. That's not from what we're doing. It's from what you as parents are doing. So I'm going to make a call of the parents that are here and the coaches, what we would like to see, because the only way for this thing to grow is from the roots up, from the ground up. So if you know parents that their kids also have good grades, and we didn't reach them this year, somehow they didn't see fit to put in the paperwork, or they didn't know about the program, from the roots up, we would like to encourage you as parents that as you go back to your teams, and also I'd like to say of our scholars, as you go back to your teams, talk to your teammates, talk to your coaches about the importance and the significance of this program. How important it is to hear from young men like this, that are doing the thing that is going to keep them as productive citizens, because that's what it's about. Encourage your teams, encourage your associations to be involved in the program, because what I would like to see us do, we've grown a fold, but I would like to see this room grow tenfold. I'd like to see this room totally packed out, so we have to move into the big ballroom. I'm doing another event in the big ballroom. Stop by there and take a look. See the number of seats that are in there. I would like to see us exceed that number of seats, because even though I appreciate what we're doing there too, it's important. I think that this is even more important. Down the hall, we're just recognizing kids for their prowess in the field of athletics. Here, we're recognizing kids for their prowess in athletics and academics. And as we heard earlier, those two things, that fallback plan, that's what's going to get them through. So please help us out to grow the thing. Talk to your coaches, talk to the lead of your associations, talk to your kids, talk to your teammates, and let's keep this thing growing. Okay, so thank you. Now, for that special category, because we want to continue to do things as a league, Great Plains Pop Warner is our league, to encourage competition, because obviously we're playing football, we're talking about sports, we're a competitive bunch, okay? I see it the same way. This is a competition. We want people to compete for scholars, so we are going to recognize a team this year, not just the individuals, but the team that has brought the most scholars to the table and the most first-team scholars. So this year, our Great Plains Pop Warner Scholar Team of the Year is the Midwest Trailblazers. So if we can have a representative, please. And don't be shy. So nobody knew that this award was going to be given. This is something that we just started this year, but we would like to present you guys with a trophy that you could probably put on your mantelpiece or whatever it is. And if we could get the board to come on over and take a picture. So thank you guys for the hard work that you do. Thank you. So now, what I'm going to do at this point, that concludes our program. All that we have left is just to get the pictures. So if parents, if you want to come up, I'm going to kind of get the kids situated so that our picture will be right. And then we thank you for coming. We absolutely know that you guys could have been in 100 different places today. You didn't have to be here. There's a lot of places that you could have been. We realize that there's competition for football. Okay? There's other leagues that you could be involved in. Obviously, our hands are working here. We think that this is the best league to be involved in, Great Plains Pop Warner, because I guarantee you, I've looked around as a parent, my kids play, okay? I looked around, there's nobody else that recognizes them for their academics and their athletics. We believe that Great Plains Pop Warner is the best in the land. We hope that you guys all come back again next year and join us. Keep the kids doing well, and as you travel from here, please travel safely, okay? Thank you for coming. So let's see, guys, let's try to come in. Everybody is kind of shorter, step up, so let's say fifth graders, I'm going to be here. Fifth graders, sixth and seventh graders in the back. You guys come on in. I want you guys to sort of. Can you see everybody's face? Folks, can you see everybody's face? All right, well, we're going to take some pictures with just some kids, and then we're going to have the board get in, and then if coaches want to take pictures with them. I got a camera working. Chris, you got a camera. Okay, hold on one second, guys. Y'all are going to have to sort it. That's her. Okay, now we can get board members in. Kids, just hold your places. We can get board members to come in. Now let's all well, you know what? We'll go to the side. Any coaches want to get in, or parents want to take pictures of your kids, anything of that nature? Coaches? All right, we're good? All right, gentlemen, if I can get a handshake that you come through, good job. Good job, trying to do all. All right, continue to work hard. See you guys next year, okay? Good job. Good job.
Yes. Ready, Charlie?